Hello everyone and welcome to another tutorial with Zenphi. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can create an automated email flagging system. Now this is specifically for camper profiles. However, you can customize this use case to apply to many scenarios, whether you want to flag invoices maybe that exceed a certain amount, or maybe emails that contain certain words for your support system. That way you can reach out to angry clients as soon as possible. So first we're going to set up our trigger. So this is the Gmail trigger. It's going to start the flow whenever a new email arrives. All you have to do is set up your connection to grant Zenphi permission to be able to access that email. So you would click on the plus icon to create your connection and then select your email from the drop-down. Now the first action we're going to be using is the Gemini text agent. So if you want to access our actions, we have a toolbox over here. You can either go to the AI category or you can search by the name of the action. Now here you're going to be able to customize what you wanted to do, what you wanted to extract, what words you want to flag. So I'll give you a quick overview of the information that we have here. Now after that, we're going to want to actually see the response and be able to use it. So there's two ways to do this within Zenphi. If you're very accustomed to using JSON to object, that could be an option that you have. However, if you don't have technical knowledge, this could sound very intimidating, but don't worry, all you have to do is use this exact same action. You're going to scroll down at the bottom, and then instead of returning the output as JSON, you're going to return as a structured object. And what you're going to do is scroll down. We're going to add a field, and here you would do something like summary, camper name. Make sure you avoid any spaces, and then here you can do a description, a 3-sentence summary of what was found, the name of the camper in the email. So you can do a very simple description, and once you do that in the output, if you go to structured object, you have those fields already without having to do the JSON to object, which is the traditional way that we're accustomed to doing this. So whichever way you prefer to do it, both are fine. Just make sure you toggle the correct option within Gemini. So either toggle return JSON response or return structured object. You can't have both. Now in this case, I did add a condition to tell me if it should be flagged or not, which we could see here, if it requires attention. So if it does, I've added this if condition. And what this is going to do is follow the true range when requires attention is true. So only when AI says this should be flagged. So what we're going to do is enlist the found items. That way the person being notified knows what was found, why was this flagged. And we're going to create the summary document. I've created the summary document template. So it's a Google Doc template. All you have to do is add whatever information. If you wish to replace text, you're going to put it between two curly brackets. And then you're going to come over here to Zenphi and use the create document from template action. Here where it says file ID, you're going to select this little icon. It's the Google Drive icon, and you're going to look for your template, which in this case is this one right here. So once you have that, you're going to need to choose where do you want to save this Google Doc. So click on the Google Drive icon and make sure you first connect your Google Drive here if you don't have one already. Same thing as email. Simply click on the plus icon, set up your connection, and you should be good to go. And then you can choose how you want to name the document. So in this case, I'm using the camper's name. You can even generate HTML or PDF directly from this action if you prefer. And then here, once you've loaded your document, you'll be able to load the placeholders, which are all of these. So now you get to choose what information do you want to put there. So if you click here, you can either get it from JSON to object if that's what you're using. Quickly show you how it would look if you're using the return structured object. So click on the chain icon. This is our token picker to be able to add the data. And then for example, this one's the name. We would come to our Gemini action, scroll down, structured object, and we have the summary and the camper name. So you would just click the token for the camper name there. And then you can add whatever steps you want. If you want to notify your staff, for example, you can let them know that a flagged profile has been added. And then what you can do is take it one step further, add labels. Add a label to the email that just came in, mark it as important. So Zenphi has an add label action. All you have to do is select the email, so it would be the one from the trigger. So choose this ID, and then you can choose what label you want to add. If you want to send it to the trash, send it to maybe a promotional. So you can create a whole flagging system here, send it to your finance team, And then we can take it one step further, delete the inbox label. That way it no longer appears within your inbox. And this is going to ensure that your team is only looking at emails that still require their human contact. So let's go ahead and test this flow out. I'm going to be using this email as a sample email. So this is what it would look like, and it should be flagged because there's certain words here that should be flagged by AI. Now, as you can see, AI has flagged the specific email. It's created the summary document, and it's currently working on notifying the staff and deleting the labels. So now the flow has completed. Let's take a look. If we go to our follow-up folder, I can see it created the document for Julian Miller. It has the name of the camper, a slight summary, and it found the following phrases, which is why it was flagged. Now, if we take a look at the original email, we see it has the label inbox. Now, if I refresh, you can see that the inbox label has been removed. And if I go to the important tab, I can see that it's there as well. This would be the email that your staff would receive to be able to review the profile. And just like that, you've created an automated system to make sure your team is in the loop, but they're only seeing information that they actually have to.